Hello everyone and welcome to the full market analysis volume 17 video. So all we're looking at here is our charts. We're going to give you our perspective. We're also going to show you our views. We're going to give you a bit of reasoning as well and try and give you some good value. So before we actually begin in the video, we have a trading group that you can join. That link is in the description below. So go ahead and feel free to join that. We just give you a bunch of information and a chart analysis on a day-to-day basis, so it can actually help you with your own trading. So definitely hope you join, and I hope it helps you. So I'm actually going to look at gold, New Zealand dollar, US dollar, Euro USD, AUD USD, USDJPY tomorrow. So I'm actually going to create a separate video for each one of those because we're looking at some very interesting points in the market with those pairs. So I'll have to discuss that on a bit more detail. So I'm actually going to look at the ones that are in purple/blue from Euro New Zealand down to EURJPY. So it will be a short video, so just stick in there and again we'll explain our views. So kicking off with Euro New Zealand dollar, Euro to the New Zealand dollar. We have a lower zone here that we're currently seeing some price sensitivity here. So we can see that we're ranging just in between here. So I have this zone here placed because of previous rejection point 1 and also previous rejections here as well. So we could see potential price rejecting this level in the market, and all I'm waiting for here is just a push to the downside and to see if we're able to close below and cover these wicks to the downside. So I'm looking for continuous momentum towards the downside. If we break this downtrend, I will be looking for potential buys, but my only buying point would be at this level here, which is at the upside. So roughly just below 1.765. The reason for this is because we've had previous resistance here. This is support. Now this is resistance. So if we're able to get back up here, we could expect either a resistance, or we could get a push to the upside and again continue it to the upside. So again, a support that's become a resistance, which could potentially become another form of support. So really that's pretty much it for Euro New Zealand dollar. Moving on to CAD JPY. Pretty much we're at another level in the market again. So this, as you can see here, a nice good strong support. So multiple rejections, potential third. So all I'll be waiting for is to see if we're able to close and break this level in the market here. Wait for the retest, and again the price to descend downwards. So this is at 78.5, and if we're able to push below, we'll wait for that retest to see if we can continue it down. Now in terms of buying, I would be looking at a structure above this level as a potential retest. Reason for this is because we can see we've had multiple rejection points. So you can see definitely that price is able to potentially retest if we get a closure above all of these levels. We'll wait for the retest before we potentially push higher. That's all I'll be waiting for. And again, that's all you need to do, is just wait for price to make a push out or push to the downside. And as you can see here, we're not actually trending at all. It's just pretty much a very sideways choppy market. So hence why we've price has not really been making any moves recently. So looking at EURJPY, pretty much going to be the similar situation here. We can see this level in the market that I'm paying interest to. Price has not been able to retest this form, and either we've had no retest here to continue it up, just rejected this on a higher time frame. So this zone was created on a higher time frame, but if you can visualize this here, this is basically showing you that price went instantly to the upside and instantly back in. So we can see that this is a pocket for potential push to the upside if we're able to find that retest. Remember that this is the important part of the strategy. And again, you're looking for that push to the upside, the retest before again you get that push. So that's all I'll be waiting for the upside. Now for the downside, if we can able to close this level in the market, we could trade this on an intraday level, push it lower, retest, and look for the second entry point. Well, this would be the support zone, which is previously rejected on this level. So we have this point in the market to be aware of. So this is just below 118 and it's just above 117.5. So within that area we could find a potential support. This level in the market here would be just based on the fact if we can get a closure below this, because it's made that huge deep turning point, it could continuate and look for that retest before the push down. So that's all I'm looking at for EURJPY. And again, I can't stress this enough that it is pretty much a long waiting game. So this is not an instantaneous buy or sell. You can clearly see we're waiting a lot before we take our entry, which is the key to this strategy. So again, in the market with New Zealand to the Japanese yen, we can see price making its way very slowly towards the upside. So all we're waiting for is if we could get a closure to the upside, potentially we may actually miss this retest, because we've had multiple points in the market where prices clearly rejected, but it may take some time before we get that retest. So again, be cautious of this. But if we do, then we're definitely in a trending market. If we're able to now, if we're looking at a downside move, my only position that I'd look for a sell is if we get a closure to the downside here, and again a push lower, simply because of multiple rejections. We can simply wait and see if that retest before we get that push to the downside, and we would be aiming for the next support zone, which would be at 66.5. So keep that in perspective and adjust your charts accordingly. So looking at AUDJPY, pretty much the same thing, waiting for market to make a push to the upside, up to the upside, wait for that retest before we get that continuation to move to higher levels. Now looking at a downside move, we can see this level in the market progressing lower, making its high. So this would be the push to the upside, the high, the low, before it could make a potential. So we have all this mess in between. So this is a sideways market here. So the only way we could look at this is if we get a push to the downside with a retest, and again that move into the support zone, which is at 70.3. So this level in the market would be a clear support. So that would be a target if we go to the downside. So if we do get to the upside, again we'll have to provide an update video for that and give you some targets. So looking at USD to the Swiss franc, you can see here we've had some indecision in the market here. We tried to push to the downside, potential retest, but failure to make its progression to the downside. So this is why you have to wait for the market to actually show you what you need to see in order to take your sell. So this is why we didn't actually take an aggressive sell for this pair. Simply just waiting, but we just need to see that momentum shift again to the downside, and again we'll wait for that retest to take a sell. Likewise to the upside, we can see that we've had multiple resistance. Hopefully you can see this very clear, but all we're waiting for is that push to the upside, and again that retest before that second push to the upside. And again, it's just on that retest that we need to wait for and stay very patient for. So looking at USDCAD, pretty much we're in a ranging motion again still. So we have this level in the market and also this level in the market as well. So clearly we can see we're in a ranging market. Why? Because we're moving sideways, not up and down. It's just a visualization. You have to take a bit of a perspective on the move, not looking at this as up, down, up, down, up, 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 up. That's just too very complicated. You simply need to take it take it slow. Don't take it too serious. In the sense of all the miniature moves, you want to take the large moves into account. So you can see that we're in a ranging market. So what do we do in a ranging market? We have to wait for the breakout. So a push to the downside, the retest here before we get that push, and likewise to the upside, wait for the push to the upside for the retest before we get a push to the upside again. So clearly that's all we'll need to see here for this pair. And again, this level is at 1.35 and this level in the market is at 1.37. So again, keep that level in mind. Coming final pair, so again, EURJPY just, not making its move. We're slowly making its way to the upside again. So it'd be very interesting if we could get the breakout. I could see this being a very huge move. Again, this level in the market is respected because of previous trends in the market, previous rejections, and so this is a resistance point. So if we get that closure to the upside, simply just wait for this retest, and we can see where price makes its move. So pretty much a very short video for the full market analysis. Simply because we're not looking at so much. A lot of pairs are in a consolidated matter or in the period, so we just have to take things slow. And not to take things obviously too aggressive. So I hope this helps. We've looked over our charts and what we're looking at. The other pairs that we're going to discuss, so these red ones here that are highlighted, they will be published tomorrow, because I want to give you a bit more of a detail look into those. So if you made it all the way to the end of this video, thank you very much for listening. Make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel. And again, at the start of the video, we did mention about this trading group. You can definitely join that. Pretty much give you a lot of just the analysis here on the side, and also some news and some important information that you could help you with your own trading. So definitely hope that helps. Also, if you have a question for us, or if you want to get into contact with us, message us on our Telegram and our Instagram, which is at KMTRADERS. Drop us a follow, and feel free to message us on that platform. So that'll be all for this video. Thank you very much for listening to this video, and we'll see you guys all in the next one.